Can Pakistan take on England, New Zealand at ICC without India's support? The power structure at the ICC has changed now. India is at the top of the pyramid by dint of its commercial might, with England and Australia in company. The British government has distanced itself from the England and Wales Cricket Board decision to cancel the cricket tour to Pakistan. This comes after Pakistan's Cricket Board chairman Ramich Raja smarting over the second cancellation of a home series in just a few days, directed his ire towards Western Bloc. Earlier, when New Zealand had pulled out of the tour on the day of the first one-day international, Raja had tweeted, "Walking out of the tour by taking a unilateral approach on a security threat is very frustrating, especially when it's not shared. Which world is New Zealand living in? New Zealand will hear us at ICC." But without India's support, Pakistan efforts could be seriously crippled. The erstwhile Asian bloc that had knocked England and Australia off their perch in the International Cricket Council no longer exists. The PCB now will seemingly have to play a lone ranger in the world body. With what has been the British government's take on the cancellation? On Tuesday, British High Commissioner to Pakistan Christian Turner posted a video message on Twitter with the caption, "Aakhir mein jeet cricket ki hi hogi. At the end, cricket will be the winner." In his message, Turner said this was decision made by the ECB, which is independent of the British government based on concerns for player welfare. The British High Commission supported the tour, did not advise against on its security grounds, and our travel advice for Pakistan has not changed. What is the official reason for calling off the tour? The ECB cited mental and physical well-being of the cricketers and support staff as a reason for cancellation. Nowhere in its press release was there a mention of security threats. The mental and physical well-being of our players and support staff remains our highest priority, and this is even more critical given the times we are currently living in. We know there are increasing concerns about traveling to the region and believe that going ahead will add further pressure to a playing group who have already coped with a long period of operating in restricted COVID environment, the ECB statement said. Why is PCB alleging double standards? When Pakistan players traveled to England last year for 3 tests, as many as T20Is, the COVID infection rates in the UK were among the highest in the world. The players stayed in the strict biobubble and didn't have the opportunity to be accompanied by their family members. A short, limited over series in Pakistan and was what the PCB wanted in return. A little bit of hand holding, a little bit of caring was needed after New Zealand pull out, and we didn't get that from England, which is so frustrating. It's the feeling of being used and then binned, Raja told reporters on Tuesday. The ECB's decision hasn't gone down well with former England players either. If security advice is the reason for the cancellation, that would be totally understandable. But to cite COVID fatigue effectively is to have a short memory of what touring teams, not least Pakistan, went through in England last summer at the height of the pandemic, so helping to save the professional game from financial catastrophe, former England captain Mike Atherton wrote in his Times column. Meanwhile, Pakistan Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry has alleged that the threat that prompted the Kiwis to cancel their tour emanated from India. The email was sent from an associated device in India using VPN showing IP address location of Singapore, Chaudhry claimed. He added that an email to New Zealand batsman Martin Guptill's wife with threats to his life was also sent from an account registered in India. What transpired in the conversation between PCB and ECB? Raja revealed at a virtual press conference on Tuesday that during his conversation with the ECB counterpart, Ian Watmore, the latter spoke about the England players being spooked following New Zealand's withdrawal. "I told him they didn't get spooked while coming to play in the PSL, Pakistan Super League, or when they go to our neighboring country, read India. So, does it mean England's cricket tours are linked to power and commercial opportunities?" One feels cited, one feels humiliated because the withdrawal doesn't have an answer, the PCB chairman said. Can Pakistan take on the Western Bloc at the ICC without India? In the present context, without India's support, they have no chance. On the face of it, Raja's vow to not play home matches at a neutral venue looks untenable, for it will further isolate Pakistan cricket wise. For years, foreign teams avoided Pakistan after the 2009 terror attack on the Sri Lankan team bus in Lahore. For close to a decade, PCB made the United Arab Emirates its adopted home. Raja has spoken about making Pakistan's cricket economy big and lucrative enough for foreign teams to drop in at every available opportunity. But that will take time, and without bilateral series against India, they have limited options. What is PCB's position in the ICC? In the 1996 World Cup, when Australia and West Indies had declined to go to Sri Lanka, citing LTTE threats, former BCCI President Jagmohan Dalmia sent a joint India-Pakistan team to the island nation before the start of the tournament to convince the cricket world that the country was safe. India and Pakistan joined hands over the 1983 World Cup to break the hegemony of England and Australia at the ICC and end their veto power. That is what then a thriving Asian bloc led by India holding sway. The power structure at the ICC has changed now. India is at the top of the pyramid by dint of its commercial might. With England and Australia in company, they are the unofficial big three in cricket, having a close rapport with New Zealand cricket. At a personal level, the BCCI officials are still on good terms with their PCB counterparts, but the relationship between the two boards had soared throughout the cancellation of bilateral series and the PCB taking the BCCI to arbitration over cancelled tours. In the present political situation, an India-Pakistan alliance at the ICC appears unthinkable, which weakens the PCB in their proposed fight against the Western Bloc. The BCCI, on the other hand, enjoys strong relationship with the ECB, Cricket Australia and NJC at the moment. The cancelled fifth test at Old Trafford notwithstanding. How much will PCB lose from the twin cancellations? The rough estimates is about 25 million. Raja has threatened that New Zealand would hear from the PCB at the ICC. Yes, the PCB can take the matter before the ICC's dispute resolution panel, but Pakistan's scheduled 3 matches home ODI series wasn't under the umbrella at the global body World Cup Super League, for it didn't have DRS. This legally weakens the PCB's case. We have already launched an inquiry into the DRS omission, Raja said. Thank you.